Remember when you could snag a brand new car for a good price? Those days might feel long gone. Walking onto a car lot today can feel like a punch to the gut. Prices have skyrocketed, leaving many wondering, what's going on? American cars, known for their muscle and affordability, are caught in a whirlwind of factors driving up costs. From the materials used to build them to the technology packed inside, everything seems to cost more. This isn't just a case of simple inflation. It's a perfect storm of global events, economic policies, and consumer demand that's pushing prices higher. Let's dive into the driver's seat and explore what's really happening. One word: chips. Not the kind you munch on, but the tiny computer chips powering everything in modern cars. From navigation to safety features, these chips are as vital as the engine itself. The problem? A global shortage. The pandemic disrupted supply chains and demand for electronics skyrocketed. Suddenly, car manufacturers were competing with gaming consoles and smartphones for these precious chips. This shortage created a bottleneck in production. Car makers couldn't finish building cars, and the ones they could were missing features. This drove up prices for both new and used cars, as demand outstripped supply. Remember the days when you could walk into a dealership and drive off with the car of your dreams? It seemed so simple back then. You'd pick out the model, choose your favorite color, and within a few hours, you'd be driving your new car home. The global supply chain used to work like a well-oiled machine, moving parts and materials across borders with ease. Factories around the world were synchronized, each playing a crucial role in the production process. But like a wrench thrown into the gears, the pandemic threw everything out of whack. Factories shut down, shipping routes faced delays, the once seamless flow of goods was disrupted. Suddenly, getting parts from point A to point B became a logistical nightmare. Ports were congested, ships were stuck waiting, and trucks were delayed. The entire system was in disarray. This disruption impacted every stage of car manufacturing. Assembly lines came to a halt, and production schedules were thrown off course. Car makers couldn't get the parts they needed, leading to a cascade of problems. Workers were left waiting, and warehouses that were once full of parts now had empty shelves. This led to production delays and fewer cars rolling off the assembly lines. The impact was felt across the industry, from the factory floor to the dealership lot. This shortage of new cars, coupled with increased demand, created a seller's market, driving up prices. Customers found themselves paying more for less, and the dream of driving off in a new car became more elusive. Frustration grew as waiting lists for new cars lengthened. Some turned to the used car market, only to find that prices there had also skyrocketed. The ripple effects of the supply chain breakdown were felt far and wide. Experts began analyzing the situation, trying to find solutions to the complex web of issues. News reports highlighted the severity of the disruptions, and graphs showed the extent of the delays. In response, companies started to innovate. New technologies in supply chain management were implemented, and factories began to adapt to new methods. The industry was forced to evolve to meet the challenges head-on. Slowly but surely, the situation began to improve. New cars started arriving at dealerships again, and workers celebrated the resumption of production. While the road to recovery was long, there was a sense of hope and resilience. The supply chain breakdown taught us valuable lessons about the fragility of our interconnected world, but it also showed us the power of innovation and adaptability. As the industry moves forward, it does so with a renewed sense of purpose and determination. As the world emerged from lockdowns, something interesting happened. Everyone wanted a new car. Pent-up demand from the pandemic years, combined with government stimulus checks, fueled a surge in car buying. People who had put off buying a new car were ready to hit the road. With travel restrictions easing, the desire for road trips and personal vehicles soared. This surge in demand put immense pressure on an already strained supply chain. Dealerships couldn't keep up, and prices for both new and used cars soared. It was a classic case of too much money chasing too few goods. Section 5. The price of safety and regulation. Safety first, right? It's a principle we all hold dear, especially when it comes to our vehicles. After all, who wouldn't want the peace of mind that comes with knowing their car is equipped to handle the unexpected? We all want cars that protect us and our families on the road. Whether it's a daily commute, a road trip, or just a quick run to the grocery store, the safety of our loved ones is paramount. But, those safety features come at a cost. It's not just about the initial price tag, it's about the technology and engineering that goes into making these features reliable and effective. Over the years, Government regulations have mandated increasingly sophisticated safety systems in new cars. From airbags and anti-lock brakes to lane departure warnings and automatic emergency braking, these features are designed to prevent accidents and save lives. These features require advanced technology and rigorous testing, adding to the overall cost of the vehicle. Engineers and designers spend countless hours ensuring that each system works flawlessly under various conditions. Crash tests, simulations, and real-world testing are all part of the process. While these regulations undoubtedly make our roads safer, they also mean that manufacturers have to invest heavily in research and development. This investment is then passed on to the consumer, contributing to the rising price tag of new cars. They also contribute to the rising price tag of new cars. It's a complex balance between ensuring safety and managing costs. For many, the added expense is worth the peace of mind, but it can also be a barrier for those on a tight budget. It's a trade-off, investing in advanced safety features for increased peace of mind versus the impact on affordability. As consumers, we have to weigh the benefits of these advanced safety systems against their cost. In the end, the decision often comes down to personal priorities and financial considerations. Do we prioritize the latest safety technology, or do we opt for a more affordable option with fewer features? It's a question that each car buyer must answer for themselves. Section 6. Luxury on Wheels. The rise of high-end models. Remember when cars were just about getting from point A to point B? Those days are fading fast. Today's cars are rolling technological marvels, packed with luxury features and cutting-edge technology. From plush leather interiors and premium sound systems to advanced infotainment systems and driver assistance features, the line between a car and a mobile living room is blurring. This shift towards high-end models and advanced technology comes at a price. Consumers are demanding more from their vehicles, and car manufacturers are happy to deliver, albeit with a hefty price tag attached. Section 7. Economic policies and the automotive industry. Economic policies like trade agreements and tariffs can significantly impact the price of American cars. Tariffs on imported parts, for instance, can increase the cost of manufacturing, making cars more expensive for consumers. Trade wars and global economic uncertainty can further disrupt supply chains and increase the price of raw materials, impacting the bottom line for car manufacturers. Navigating the complex web of economic policies and global trade is a delicate dance for car manufacturers, and the cost of these policies often trickles down to the consumer in the form of higher prices. Section 8. Inflation and speculation, fueling the fire. Inflation, the general rise in prices over time, is a factor in many industries, and the car market is no exception. When the cost of materials, labor, and transportation goes up, so does the price of everything from groceries to gasoline to, you guessed it, cars. Adding fuel to the fire is market speculation. When investors believe that car prices will continue to rise, they may buy up inventory, further driving up demand and prices. This speculative bubble can create a self-fulfilling prophecy, where the expectation of higher prices leads to actual higher prices, making it even more expensive for consumers to purchase a new car. Section 9. The road ahead, navigating the high cost of American cars. So, there you have it. The rising cost of American cars is a complex issue with no easy answers. The rising cost of American cars is a complex issue with no easy answers. It's a confluence of factors, from global chip shortages and supply chain disruptions to increased consumer demand and the relentless march of technology. It's a confluence of factors, from global chip shortages and supply chain disruptions to increased consumer demand and the relentless march of technology. The days of affordable American muscle might seem long gone, but understanding the forces at play can help consumers navigate this challenging landscape. The relentless march of technology has brought about significant advancements in car manufacturing, but it has also contributed to the rising costs. Automated car manufacturing plants and robotic arms assembling cars are now the norm, adding to the overall expense. The days of affordable American muscle might seem long gone, but understanding the forces at play can help consumers navigate this challenging landscape. Classic car shows and vintage American muscle cars remind us of a time when cars were more accessible to the average consumer. But understanding the forces at play can help consumers navigate this challenging landscape. Reading car reviews online and discussing potential purchases with family or friends can provide valuable insights and help make informed decisions. As we look ahead, the hope is that supply chains will stabilize, chip production will ramp up, and the market will find a new equilibrium. Cargo ships unloading cars and trucks transporting them to dealerships are signs of a recovering supply chain. Chip production will ramp up, and the market will find a new equilibrium. Semiconductor factories and workers assembling microchips are crucial to this recovery, as they play a vital role in the production of modern vehicles, and the market will find a new equilibrium. A bustling car market and people examining cars at an auto show indicate a potential return to normalcy in the automotive industry. Until then, buckle up and prepare for a bumpy ride on the road to car ownership. The journey may be challenging, but with the right information and a bit of patience, navigating the high cost of American cars is possible.